Hi, and welcome to the Philosophy of Curriculum at Bellevue East High School. My name is Blake Anderson, and I'm going to be giving you a little tutorial about what our curriculum and philosophy is here at Bellevue Public Schools, specifically dealing with Bellevue East High School. So Bellevue East High School is accredited by the state of Nebraska and advanced ed since 1962. We roughly have around 1,400 students, grades 9 through 12. Graduation requirements for Bellevue East High School, which would be 46 credits. A credit is earned with a successful completion of a course with passing grade per semester. So we were on a semester-based system. So for example, English would be 8 credits. You need all 4 years. Math is 6. Science is 6. American history, you need 2 credits American history, 1 credit American government, and then our social sciences, so 3 credits. 2 of those must be in the area of world studies. 1 health, 2 PE credits, and then you will need 17 electives that are offered here at Bellevue High School. In 2019, our graduation rate was 91.45%, so we kind of pride ourselves on that. That definitely falls within the average or above average range for the state of Nebraska. So our mission statement is blasted and posted everywhere you can look. So we are champions for children. Our vision statement here at Bellevue Public Schools is shaping our future through engagement, innovation, and culture of belonging. So our belief statements. So Bellevue Public Schools and stakeholders believe in these statements: learning for all, exposing students to rigorous academic programs and meeting individual needs, implementing effective use of technology to enhance teaching and student learning. With that, we are actually right now in our first stage of one-to-one technology for the entire district. We roughly have around 10,000 students as a whole for our district. So we're starting our first year of one-to-one technology, preparing our students to preserve and face the challenges of living and learning in an ever-changing world, respecting diversity and helping students understand their roles as responsible students, providing a safe and secure learning environment, promoting healthy lifestyles and decision making, partnering with our students, parents, and community to support and learning enhance the quality of education in our district. And that would be our belief statement is kind of there's a team members, but obviously it's oversaw by our superintendent, Dr. Rippey. So Bellevue East High School, specifically, our direction statement. Okay, through expectations, hard work, and self-discipline, students of Bellevue High School will achieve academic and social success for the 21st world century. Purpose statement. Okay, so Bellevue High School will achieve excellence by establishing and maintaining high expectations. Learning goals for students of Bellevue High School. All right, so Bellevue students will demonstrate their preparedness for the future by the following: exhibiting self-control, self-discipline, and accepting responsibility for their actions, developing an awareness of individual diversity and religious, aesthetic, ethical, and intellectual values, developing, applying thinking and academic skills in order to utilize acquired knowledge and becoming productive members of society, accepting responsibility for attaining academic skills and achievement, developing and nurturing a healthy lifestyle, realizing that learning is a lifelong and essential in order to pursue personal goals and interests, and then exhibiting the benefits of cooperation as well as positive effects of completion by functioning effectively in the group and or individual settings. And this is directly from our handbook, and our students have a sign-off handbook that is given to their parents or their guardians. And so these purpose statements and where Bellevue's follow eyes of our learning goals is well posted for our students to understand, and our community and our parents as well. And then identifying and productively addressing their vision of the future, both as individuals and as members of a global society. So for specifically our building goals for 1920 is we talk about raising the bar. So raise. Okay, so raise is recognition. We're going to promote and recognize positive accomplishments of our students, staff, and programs. So right now, ACT is a big part of that. So we have a big board in front of our counseling office that has students that have either scored a 25 or better and they're listed on there. And then we also have students that have increased their score by 3 points, and there's a list there. It's a bunch of plaques, and so we try and promote and recognize that as much as possible within our building, but obviously outside it as well for community involvement. Achieve. We ensure every student has the opportunity to learn and achieve at their highest potential. Instruction, application of research-based instruction and best practices. Support. We provide the assistance necessary to meet the individual needs of every student. We do that not only just by if they have accommodations, but as well as when we talk about the MTSS or the RTI program here at Bellevue East. And then engagement. Develop meaningful student involvement in academics, athletics, and activities. We try and do a great job of promoting not only our activities, but our academic. We have DECA. We have a numerous set of clubs and activities that we try and get our kids to be involved with here at Bellevue High School. And we talk about do the heavy lifting, be an example here at Bellevue East, and that's our building goals for raising the bar. So in 2019-2020, school improvement plan for Bellevue East. So this is our SIP plan. So the improvement plan for Bellevue East was student at Bellevue East will improve student achievement results in the area of reading. All right, so how are we going to do that? Well, this was ours for the entire overall plan of 2019-2020. So of the 80% of the 9th, 10th, 11th graders in resource and modified instruction will demonstrate growth in the area of knowledge, application of prefixes and suffixes by 10%. So as a special ed department chair, this was our goal for our improvement goal to help the entire school for their goal. So our objective was to meet these as well. And basically what we wanted to do is demonstrate growth. And we were trying to do that by 10%. So we definitely had a little bit of difficulty doing that with the pandemic. So 2019-2020 school improvement plan for Bellevue East. This is continuous. So how are we going to do that with the strategies? We talked about for our special education students, we introduced the FRAIR model, and then the activities that go along with it. And we do quarterly assessments, not only with our progress reports, but also doing it with these either closed sentences, or we'll do it with the in-class reading assignments for if we paired them up with their English classes. So a beginning date for us was September 16, 2019, and then ending date was for the full school year. And we did these by quarterly. So then our progress reports, so our baseline data, out of 139, the average score was 43%. That's 8 out of 139 scored 80% or better. And so that was our baseline data. So we thought if we got a 10% increase, we knew we were going to reach every kid at 80% or better, but we thought we'd want to do a 10% increase for last year. And out of 139, the average score was 43, and then for the first quarter was 8 out of 139 scored 80% or better. That was our first quarter data. And then this would be for the entire year. This would be places where we would collect the data for our department and put that for the people that are on the school improvement team. So in the secondary essential learning objectives, so we talk about EOs here at Bellevue High School for our standards. So I took world history. Everybody needs to take a world history class here at Bellevue. So this would be straightforward what they're looking for their essential objectives. So in world history, students will understand the developments and that led to the emergence of modern Europe and the first age of global interaction, understand the revolutionary ideas that brought dramatic changes to Western society and government, understand the concepts of imperialism, the new global age, and the cause and effects of the First World War, understanding the concept of nationalism and its impact on formation of new nations, understand the significant world developments and challenges over the last half of the 20th century, and understand the political, culture, economic, and social changes that accompanied the Industrial Revolution, understand the global changes of the 1920s and 30s that causes major events, effects of World War II, and identify the location of significant countries of the 21st century in Europe and the Middle East, Asia, Africa, and Latin America. The History Social Studies department just did an upgrade on their curriculum, so this is brand new set forth last year for their secondary essential learning objectives. They were on the rotation. So the Bellevue's academic pyramid interventions. So I talked earlier about what that looks like for our abilities to provide student performance for all students at Bellevue's High School. So how are we going to help our students, not only just the ones that need a lot more support, but all the other ones that we would need to provide here at Bellevue's. So our academic support pyramid, so the NESA scores, EO data, we talked about what essential objectives are, MAP scores, number of students failing multiple classes, our failure rates, students participating in advanced AP dual enrollment, and work internship opportunities. We wanted to provide teachers with more support and resources to accomplish this goal. So what we've done is we've identified a lot of these students, but we've also given them resources, not only just within the school, but outside of school when we're talking about the advanced and the AP and the dual enrollment classes. And then we obviously wanted to eliminate some red tape, confusion, and instances of multiple people doing the same job year after year with little results. So this is what the academic period looks like. In previous years, we are obviously going more towards the MTSS route this year. So this would be our previous RTI, formerly known as, as RTI. This would be our tier pyramid. So tier 1 would be like our guided studies. So that's our 30-minute class at the end of the day for how we can do some of our interventions, study halls, high quality instruction and differentiation, advisory. We have an advisory period once a week, parent-student check-ins on PowerSchool, parents and teachers, and communication GPS time. Tier 1 is where all students live in Tier 1. So there's not really any extra interventions that we use. Those are just the resources and the time available. So in Tier 2, we will require a study hall for students. We'll refer you to academic Saturday school or detentions. We'll call that PM guided study, which is after school. Direct instruction during GPS, you might be having to go to a teacher to see during that 30-minute period. And then targeted small group instruction during class. So your name will be on like a watch list for some of your teachers to look at if they need to put you in small groups and you need to be targeted in your classroom. So in Tier 2.5, so this is when the students have their paperwork and formal meeting in the Chieftain Center where our academic intervention room is held. And then it's more intensive delivery of Tier 2 interventions. So we want to meet with you by a minimum of 90 minutes per week in a small group in addition to classroom instruction. So these are the type of students that we are looking at as far as maybe meeting that failure rate for 3 or more failure rates over a course of a longer period of time. So then we would identify you, have set up a meeting, and then make sure we have the schedule set. In Tier 3, that's more of our intensive group. So obviously a smaller number of students fall in the Tier 3 pyramid of interventions. We're going to reduce your schedule. We're going to have reassignment to Project Recovery. Project Recovery is our online recovery time. We're going to have summer school and some reading lab and math lab. So these are the students that might be here for 3 or 4 periods a day and do some combination of online learning in the classroom, but also maybe having to do that at home. Just a traditional 7-period a day classroom just doesn't work well for them over a course of time. So this would be more of your seniors and maybe your second semester junior students that didn't work for the Tier 2.5 or need a little bit extra guided study time. And then 5 reasons why root cause analysis must be done at the start of 2.5. 3 to 5 interventions must have been attempted, measured, and recorded before referral to 2.5 and an RTI coach. So our response and intervention coaches, and all that paperwork has to be done and filled out. And they'll have a formal meeting, and documentation does not occur until the start of 2.5. So hopefully this little pyramid, when we move to the MTSS, I'd love to share some of those in the future, what that looks like. But like I said, that is the beginning stages of this year, and it's more of a 3-year plan. But this is the backbone and kind of what we've done previously here at Bellevue's High School for our academic pyramid of interventions. And then obviously this is our school website for Bellevue Public Schools for our references. So thank you for taking the time to look at our curriculum here at Bellevue Public Schools, but a little bit more specifically at Bellevue East.